Chapter 37 Unity and Preservation of Hindu Culture. Ahilya Devi never thought only about Holkar territory. She was a clairvoyant leader. She believed that all the rulers of different states should work together, keeping one aim ahead, the betterment of the entire country. She kept telling the same to everyone and always got saddened when she heard about domestic dissension among Hindu rulers. Her vision was clear: united India and united Hindus. Whenever she heard about the destruction of Hindu temples by Muslims, she wondered why they were destroying whatever was built and brought tremendous sanctity. Why they couldn't build their mosques without demolishing the temples. Whenever she met any fakir, she donated money and requested him to convey the message to other Muslims to stop the destruction. Almost all the pilgrimage sites in India faced the wrath of Muslim rulers. They had destroyed the temples most sacred for Hindus. One such devastated spiritual center was Kashi. Aurangzeb had destroyed the Kashi temple, and the Hindus of Kashi were either converted to Muslims or they fled the area. Some theologians from Kashi had come to visit Ahilya Devi in Maheshwar. Ahilya Devi humbly greeted them and requested them to sit. They told her that they had studied Veda and wanted to indoctrinate students. They wanted to open an ashram, but they were not able to do so in Kashi due to Muslim terror. Ahilya Devi suggested that they teach at the Sanskrit school in Maheshwar. She told them that Maheshwar would be honored to have such brilliant theologists. With modesty, they told her that they wanted her to help set up the ashram in Kashi, as there were plenty of phenomenal students already studying under their guidance in Kashi. Ahilya Devi thought for a while and told them that she wouldn't be funding them immediately. One of her employees, Visaji Deshpande, would accompany them to Kashi. He would scrutinize the place, talk to the current rulers, analyze the situation, and if there was any merit in the proposal and future planning of those Brahmins, then the funding would be released. The Brahmins thanked her. She told them not to thank her yet, as there was one more condition. The name of the area allotted to them would be Brahmapuri, and after every 3 months, her snoops would check on Brahmapuri. They might visit as students, or a layman, or a beggar. If they discovered any irregularities, the Brahmins would be punished. Nevertheless, if the school ran well, the funding would remain. Brahmins accepted all the conditions and left for Kashi with a smile on their faces and blessings for Ahilya Devi in their hearts.